Hey family, I was going to give you my perspective on the union protests in Wisconsin in this video because, well, I'm one of these overpaid state workers, but I made the mistake of reading the first couple pages of our book club book. Seriously, I am going to quit our book club. Rape is not a plot point. It's not an ultimately forgivable mistake the main character can make, and then have me care about the life-saving surgery his brother performs. It's not a good way to characterize a heroine's relationship with her parents. It's not just another symptom of an unjust theocratic society. It is something that happens, and it should be reflected in literature. But not in every single piece of recreational reading we select. Seriously, I'm done. So why don't we talk about Robins instead? There are 5 in-continuity Robins. The first and most famous of which is, of course, Dick Grayson. Dick's is the story you know. Just trust me, you know it. His parents are the circus performers who are killed by a mafia boss, and he goes to live with Batman, who then lets him wear his circus uniform and fight crime alongside him. Dick Grayson is Batman's partner for years. But then he decides to go off and join the Teen Titans and, well, grow up. Dick becomes Nightwing, and Batman sort of fires him, and then needs a new partner, which allows Jason Todd to become the new Robin. What do you mean that's the same action figure? Jason and Dick are very different people at first. Jason's family, while also circus acrobats, die differently, and their last name is Todd. Luckily, the writers of Batman realized pretty quickly that they need to make a new character for a new Robin, otherwise it's just derivative and kind of boring. So they retcon Jason in a crisis. If I try to explain crises to you, we'll be here all day. Suffice it to say that new Jason Todd was an entirely different character. For starters, he meets Bruce when he's stealing the wheels off the Batmobile. Jason is a bamf. He's one of the most morally ambiguous heroes in the DC universe. No, really, I totally believe that drug dealer jumped off that roof. DC arranged a voting system for fans. They put Jason Todd in a precarious position, being beaten by the Joker. And they asked fans to call one number if they wanted him to live, and another number if they wanted him gone. Fans voted, by a narrow margin, to kill Jason Todd. What no one knows is why fans did it. Maybe they wanted darker comics, maybe they thought Jason was annoying, maybe they thought as a morally ambiguous character he deserved a final punishment, and maybe they just wanted to see if DC publishers would do it. Whatever the reason, Jason was gone, and it was time for a new Robin. Because for reasons we will not be exploring at this juncture, Batman needs a Robin. Enter Tim Drake. When Tim Drake was 3 years old, he went to the circus. He went to the circus and saw Dick Grayson's parents die. Tim, boy genius that he is, realizes when he's about 9 that Robin has to be Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson is the only person in the world who could move like that. So, he decides to stalk him. Tim's parents, much like Thomas and Martha Wayne, are captains of industry in Gotham. Tim doesn't need anything Bruce Wayne has to offer. But when Jason dies, Tim goes to Batman and volunteers his services, because he believes that Batman needs a Robin. Tim has nothing to gain and everything to lose by becoming Robin, but he does it because he believes it's the right thing to do. Which leads to all sorts of problems and injuries and sneaking out of the house and lying to his parents, and he doesn't want to lie to his parents anymore. But eventually his dad does find out and insists that he quit being Robin. Which leads to his girlfriend Steph becoming Robin. She will be played today by Carrie Kelly because we do not have a Stephanie Brown action figure. Like Tim, Steph is a complete volunteer. Her dad is a 2-bit villain called the Clue Master, who is basically a Riddler ripoff, so she becomes the spoiler to help Batman and Robin fight him. When Tim quits as Robin, Bruce gives her a chance. Admittedly, it's not much of one. A lot of people get really mad about Bruce firing Steph because she's not actually any worse than Jason Todd. In fact, she's a lot better than Jason Todd. But he fires her, and he didn't fire Jason. But it's worth remembering that Steph does actually have a mom in the suburbs that she could go back to. She doesn't need Bruce. She doesn't need crime fighting. She does, however, really, really want it. Trying to get back into Bruce's good graces, she winds up being killed by Black Mask. Don't worry, it's still comics. None of these people are actually dead. So Steph is gone and Tim comes back to being Robin, with a signed parental permission slip from his father, of course. Just to sum up, of the 4 Robins we've discussed so far, 2 lose their lives, and 2 lose their parents, leaving them with nothing but Bruce Wayne for a father figure. Now would be a good time to mention Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne is the son of Talia al Ghul and Bruce Wayne. Talia al Ghul is Ra's al Ghul's daughter. He's brought up by the League of Assassins to enjoy killing people, long walks on the beach, and being a jerk. When Bruce Wayne is killed in another crisis, Dick Grayson takes over as Batman and makes Damian his Robin. Which is pretty hard on poor Timmy if you think about it, because all he ever really wanted was to hang out with Dick. So what's the point? Why does any of this matter? Because Batman needs a Robin. Because readers need a Robin. As a medium originally targeted toward children, one might argue that a superhero who walks through the fires of apocalypse and comes out unscathed isn't necessarily a relatable character. But what kid can't relate to a guy who just wants to be loved? Who hasn't felt angry at the whole world? Or wanted just a little bit of recognition? What girl hasn't wanted her turn in the clubhouse? Isn't every kid confused by their parents' expectations? The most terrible things that can happen to people happen to the Robins. They are all children, but it is always treated with gravity. Comic books treat these things with gravity. If something bad happens to a Robin, it is never the subject of a throwaway chapter. Those are my lighthearted thoughts about fiction of the day. Brought to you by Under the Banner of Heaven, Cutting for Stone, and Freedom by Jonathan Franzen. Anna, I hope you're feeling better. Luke, I hope it's warmer there than it is here. Molly, I'll see you on Thursday.
What?